Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Srimvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam Ridyantastu Abhadrani Vidunoti Suritsatam Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone, thank you for joining. So we are going to discuss from the third canto, ninth chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The chapter is titled Brahma's Prayers for Creative Energy. And today's verse for discussion is text number 41. So let me share my screen. So this is 3941. Okay, so let's start with the Sanskrit. Purtena tapasa danera yoga samadhina radham neshraya sampumsam mat pritis tavatin matam. Purtena tapasa danera yoga samadhina radham neshraya sampumsam mat pritis tava vinmatam. Purtena tapasa danera yoga samadhina radham neshraya sampumsam mat pritis tava tattva vinmatam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I can try. Purtena tapasa yajnair radham nihshreyasam pumsam mat priti tattva vain matam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Matan. Krisha, would like to chant? See your hand is okay. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna. I can try. Purtim tapsa yagkirtanir yog samadhina ratvas nishesam pumsam mat priti tatvin vintam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Prabhu,
Krisha, yes.
oh yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna. Purtena tapasa yagya
Vritena tapasayagner
danera yoga samadhina
Dhaner Yoga Samadhina
radham neshraya sampumsam
Radham Nishaya Sampumsam
mat pritis tava vinmatam.
Mat Pritistatva Vinmatam. Hare Krishna.
Madhav?
Sorry, Prabhuji, I cannot see the screen.
Can everyone else see the screen? I think so, right?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
No, cannot see
No,
this.
Can't
no.
see the screen. Okay, let me try again. What happened? How the other Mata, you have the book in front of you? No?
It's still loading, Prabhuji.
I can see Prabhu previously also.
Yeah, now I can see Prabhuji.
Okay, now you can see. Okay. Okay, good. Purtena tapasa yagya
Purtena tapasa yagnir
dane yoga samadhina
danir yoga samadhina
radham neshraya sampumsam
radham nishreya sampumsam
mat pritis tattva vinmatam.
mat pritis tatvavin matam. Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
thank you. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So, where are we in the Bhagavatam? So, we actually discussed in the last few classes, we have been discussing prayers of Brahmaji to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, right? So we discussed in previous chapters, we saw how Brahma was born on lotus, and then he could not figure out why am I here, what is my purpose, and then he went down the lotus, could not, he came close to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, still could not figure out what is my purpose, and then he went up, he meditated, and then after meditation, he got darshan of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and this entire chapter basically what is prayers of Brahmaji to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, right? So we discussed different aspects of the prayers. We saw how Brahmaji first offered his prayers to the form of the Lord, saying that, oh, this form is so beautiful that there can be nothing more beautiful than this form of the Lord. So first is all glorification of the personal form of the Lord. Then there are two verses that we actually read, which actually says that one can get the fragrance of the lotus feet of the Lord by hearing, right, through the ears. So when we hear Hari Katha, we can actually feel the presence of the Lord. Like we can actually experience the Lord, right, as if coming directly in touch with the Lord. So by hearing, we are actually experiencing the fragrance of the Lord. And another verse we actually read, by hearing, we can also we can see the Lord by hearing. So both the functions of the eyes and the nose can be done by hearing Harikatha. So in that way, Brahma is actually, he's glorifying the Lord. And then he actually says, oh Lord, then he talks, of people in this material world, and he's feeling like, pity for all these living entities who are engaged in Ugra Karma, right? Extensive overworking, right? And then he feels, all these, they have forgotten who they are, and because of their misidentification with their body, they have so much anxiety in this world, so much anxiety that they cannot even sleep at night. And then he actually makes a point, for all these people, the solution is they need to hear Hari Katha, and by that they can see the Lord, they can feel the presence of the Lord. That's the solution, right? By the misidentification can be actually taken out by our revealing, by understanding our real identity, and all that through hearing Harikatha. Right? And then further he actually makes a point, okay, yeah, we have to hear, but the Lord reciprocates differently with different personalities. With the demigods, because the demigods approach the Lord with material desires, like we see Indra. Indra is always like, he's Vishnu, he accepts Vishnu as supreme, but so many stories of Indra where we see he's so attached to his position as the king of heaven. Right. So yes, whenever there's problems, like any personality performs austerities, which is like, making that person qualified to take the position of that Indra, the title of Indra, the Indra gets, insecure about this position, and he turns to Vishnu. Vishnu, please help, right? Or demons attack. Then Vishnu, please help. So to him, to the demigods who are actually worshipping the Lord because they have some other desires of their position, of some material benefit, then the Lord is not so satisfied. For the demons, the Lord is not available for them. But for those who are pure devotees, the Lord is pleased and he shows mercy upon them. Right? So in this way, Brahma is saying, and then further he offers obeisances to the Brahman effulgence, saying that is the energy of the Lord. He offers obeisance with the time factor, saying that the time, even though I, Brahma, have such a long lifespan, still I am fearful of time, because at the end of 100 years, even I will die. Right? And then he actually says, but any person who chants the holy names of the Lord, then even unconsciously at the time of death, if he chants the holy name, then he will get free from all miseries and he'll come to Krishna. Right? So one way he's indicating to Ajamil's pastime also. Right? So Brahmaji's, so the two main aspects, practical aspects, is he's actually said hearing Hari Katha, and second, chanting the holy name. So if you see throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, these two are the main emphasis. Now Brahma is praying to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and what is he saying? Oh yes, just hear Harikatha, chant the holy name. And again we see. So this actually, Bhagavatam points out that how these two are the most essential aspects of our devotional service. Hearing about Krishna and chanting the name of the Lord. Right? And then the last part of his prayer is he actually prays to the Lord. Right? He prays. And what does he pray? So if you see in our nine limbs of devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, and then one of them is Vandanam, where we actually pray. So how does Brahma pray? And we discussed this last time, how his prayers are so relevant to each one of us. first thing he actually prays to the Lord, "Oh Lord, please empower me so I can serve you." And then when the empowerment comes, then there is a chance that we may become pride of her, that, "Oh, I am doing so much seva. So please protect me from false ego." So first praying for empowerment, and then praying for protection from false ego. And then while doing the seva, we don't want to get deviated, because we have so many anarthas in our heart. So third aspect, we pray to the Lord, let me not be deviated from my service, and always let me be focused on the seva, which is actually for the pleasure of the Lord. Right? Every aspect of seva we do in such a way that is giving pleasure to Guru and Krishna. Right? So let me not be deviated from that. And then in the last verse that we discussed was, "Please wake up." Right? Then we discussed that how the Lord is actually, Brahmaji is actually saying to the Lord that, "Oh Lord, please wake up and please reciprocate with me. By your smile, you will actually bestow all benediction upon you. Open your lotus eyes. I want to see you, O Lord. Like, I want to see your presence everywhere. Please reciprocate with my prayer." So for us, it's like, please empower me. Then please protect me from false ego. Please save me from deviation, third aspect. And fourth, please reciprocate with my seva. Right? Please somehow reciprocate in my service. So these four aspects of the prayer, we can learn how to pray from Brahma's prayers. Now, after Brahma has prayed, now the Lord is going to reciprocate. Right? So what does the Lord actually say? So the second half of this chapter is, what does the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu speak to Brahmaji? Right? So those are very nice verses. It's actually from verse 29. I'm going to a little bit touch upon all the verses, and then we'll come to today's verse. Right? So I'm scrolling my screen. Yeah, so if you see in 29 says, "The Supreme Personality of Godhead then said." Okay, so 1 minute, let me put out my notes also. Yeah, so Sri Bhagavan Vacha. So from 29 we see Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is speaking to the Lord, and the first thing he actually says that what you are begging is already being granted by me. Right? You are actually asking for empowerment, but I have already given you empowerment. And the main point here, Prabhupada actually stresses in the purport that as soon as a guru gives us certain instructions, like Brahma is created for the purpose of creation. So Brahma is created by the Lord for the purpose of creation. That means the empowerment is already there. So Prabhupada makes the point, when a guru gives certain instructions, with that instructions, he actually blesses us with empowerment to actually do the seva. Right? And then Prabhupada actually further makes the point that once we are empowered to do a particular seva, we should always be aware that I am not capable of doing this seva. It is only the mercy of my guru. It's only the empowerment of my guru that I'm actually able to do this. Right? So always being aware that I am incapable, and always looking for the mercy. Oh, when will I get that mercy? When will the Lord, be merciful to me? So we should never be, so Prabhupada makes the point, we should never be puffed up that, oh, we are doing the seva, oh, I am so great, right? So that's how Prabhupada actually explains. But the main point that Krishna is telling, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is telling Brahmaji, is actually saying, you are asking for empowerment, I have already given you empowerment. Right? Now, next he actually makes the point, text 30, he actually says that Bhuyastvam tapa atishta, that you be situated in penance and meditation and follow the principles of knowledge. By these actions, you will be able to understand everything from within your heart. So, once we have received empowerment, if we are doing the seva, not in the mood of humility, that I am incapable, everything I am doing is only mercy of the Lord, then the Lord will guide us while we are doing the seva. So Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is saying, Brahma, that if you continue your seva, and while you're doing the seva, you actually be situated in devotional service. Right? And the same instruction that Krishna gave to Arjun. Right? He says, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha. While remembering me, Krishna is saying, always think of me and continue your task of your seva or fighting. So similarly here, Krishna is giving same instruction to Brahma, saying that you do the task of creation, but while you are doing that, you always be situated in meditation upon me. Always be fixed in bhakti, devotional service. And if you are doing that, then the Lord says, I from within, Krishna is in everyone's heart as Paramatma. He will give us the knowledge, He will give us the guidance how we can serve the Lord. Right? So, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I give the intelligence how we can actually serve the Lord. Okay, and then Prabhupada in the purport makes a point that when the Lord is giving directions from within, then there is no question of anxiety. When we do seva, in seva also, sometimes we are anxious that, oh, I'm cooking, will I be able to finish cooking on time? Yes, that little bit anxiety is good, anxiety to serve the Lord. It actually keeps us focused on the seva. It keeps us having that mood that, yes, Krishna, I want to please you. And that anxiety is good, But Prabhupada is making the point we shouldn't become so anxious that, oh, what will happen? I will not be. No, Krishna is there. He is guiding us from within, right? So, anxiety to do seva to a certain extent is actually good, But if it's going beyond where we are saying that we are developing this mood of what's the right word? That, oh, I cannot do this seva. No, you can do it. You can do it. Krishna is empowering us, right? So that's the second point that Krishna says. So first point he says, you're already being empowered. If the seva is given, empowerment comes with the instruction. Second point, while doing the seva, always remember for whom you're doing it. Whom are you trying to please with this? And if you remember that, then Krishna from within will give you directions. Okay. Now, the third point he actually speaks, he actually says that when you are absorbing devotional service, you will see me in you and throughout the universe. So this and the next verse is very important. That while we are doing seva, what is the vision we need to develop? A vision of a devotee is that he sees Krishna everywhere. So this principle, like even in Bhagavad Gita, we actually see that when Krishna talks of this principle of dhyato visham pumsam, that because we are attracted to so many material things, as soon as we start contemplating a particular thing, immediately we develop attachment for it. And in all those purposes, Prabhupada actually stresses on a verse from Bhakti, actually two verses from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where it says, Anasaktasya vishan yatharam uparunjate nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagya muchyate. That basically says, well, how can we overcome all the illusion? And here Krishna is also telling Brahmaji that you will be free from all illusion if you see me everywhere. You see the presence of the Lord everywhere. Anything you see, immediately our conception is, how can I use this in Krishna's service? Right? And this is a vision of a person absorbed in devotional service. So Yukta Vairagya, that principle basically means that whatever we have a house, we have a home, we have a house, we have a car, we have electronic gadgets, phone, family, everyone, everything and everyone that we are connected to, we see them in relationship with Krishna. And when we can develop that vision, everything in relation, then we'll be free from illusion. So Krishna is telling Brahma that because Brahma actually asked, right? He said how protect me from false ego, protect me from deviation, right? And Brahma is here, Krishna is giving the secret. That while you're doing, you will be creating all 8.4 million species of life, all the 14 planetary systems, but while you're doing this, always see me in everything. One way our acharyas also comment that when Krishna is saying that you will see me throughout the universe, right? And you see all universes in me. One way he is referring to two pastimes which come in the 10th canto. One pastime is when Mother Yashoda sees all the universes in Krishna, right? We know that Krishna ate dirt, right? And then Mother Yashoda asked, oh, everyone is saying, all your friends, Balramji is saying that you ate dirt. And Krishna is like, no, I did not eat dirt. Mother Yashoda said, okay, open your mouth. And in that mouth, Mother Yashoda saw all the universes. So Brahma is going to witness that pastime, and Krishna is already giving him a hint that you will see all universes in me, right? All universes in the mouth of Krishna. And the second pastime that Krishna is indicating is the Brahma Vimohan Leela, right? When Brahma is bewildered, and then when he sees all the Gopas, he sees what? 400 form of Krishna. Right? So both these pastimes, one is seeing Krishna in every living entity and seeing the entire universe in Krishna. So both of these pastimes is one way Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is kind of hinting. You will see this, right? But maintaining this vision of Yukta Vairagya, seeing everything in relationship with Krishna, that will protect us from illusion. And Krishna really clearly in the next verse makes the point, only when we develop this vision can we be free from illusion. Otherwise, we will be under something or other will pull us and we'll be deviated from our main focus, and Maya will pull us here and there, unless we develop this vision of seeing Krishna everywhere. Right? Seeing the everything is connected to Krishna, we will be subjected to illusion. Okay. Then, let me look at time also. Okay. So after this, so that's 34, 35. Okay. So another important point is So another important point that Krishna is actually saying, that he's telling Brahma that when you continue this seva, right, and keeping always focus on me, seeing me everywhere, then you will get free from the conception of the gross and subtle body, and you will realize who we really are. Like, what is our Swarup? Like this verse actually says, Swarupena, right? Swarupena in text 33 actually uses the word Swarupena Mayopetam. What is our real Swarup? Right? What is our real Swarup? So how will that Swarup be revealed to us? It is not just like, sometimes in Prabhupada used to make this point that sometimes go to Vrindavan, and that's a story also. I was recently reading that there'll be Babaji in Radha Kund, or they'll say, come, I will show you your Swarup. I will tell you who you are in the spiritual world. But Prabhupada says, no, that's not the way. That, unless we are qualified, we will not realize who we really are in the spiritual world. And when will we be qualified? When we actually engage in seva, developing this mood of seeing everything in connection to Krishna. Unless that vision is developed, we will not realize our real Swarup. Right? So there's no one-way shortcut to bhakti, that, this Baba is saying this and this person is saying this. I don't need to chant 16 rounds, this just 5 minutes here, I do this. There's no shortcut method for bhakti. What process our acharyas have given, step by step, we have to follow that process. Right? And when we do it step by step, it'll take months, years, but continuously, consistently, when we are doing that seva, then gradually, step by step, then we are purifying our consciousness, and when our consciousness is purified, then our Swarup will be realized. Right? Okay. So I'll go to this verse because and then one more nice. This whole section is so beautiful. So another point he actually says that as your service increases, because Brahma is going to do this whole seva, he says as your service increases, to that extent my mercy will increase upon you. So this is also a very practical point for us, that we may be offering some seva here in temple, but as we actually increase our seva to Krishna, to that extent Krishna's mercy will actually increase upon us. Right? So one way, I was hearing the class, one place Prabhupada said that when we go in front of the deities, rather than we say, so beautiful darshan. Yes, that's nice to appreciate the beauty of the Lord. That's very purifying to take darshan. But one way also, when you go to a deity, we actually ask, how can I serve you? How can I increase my service to you? That's the mood. So basically here, when we actually want to increase our seva to Krishna, to that extent we increase our seva, to that extent Krishna will shower his causeless mercy upon us. Okay. Let me see. Our verse was 41, right? Yeah. Okay, let's come to today's verse. So we are 38. Okay. So one more point in text 38, which is very nice, where it says, "O Brahma, the prayers that you have chanted." So Brahma said all those beautiful prayers. then he actually performed, first he performed austerities, right? And after those austerities, then he's got darshan, and then Brahma chanted those prayers. Now Krishna actually says that all these are ability to engage in bhakti, our offering of prayers to the Lord. Everything is actually the Lord's mercy. Otherwise, we are so conditioned that we don't even know how to offer prayers. But just the point that we are engaged in bhakti, again, it's the mercy of the Lord. Right? So from starting to end, it is only the mercy. The only thing that we have to do is our willingness to actually say, yes, I want to serve the Lord. And then, chanting of the holy name or any seva is actually all the Lord's mercy. Okay? So today's verse, text 41. So here it says, 41 says, Purtena, right? So Purtena means by good work, traditional good work. Tapasa by penances, Yajna by austerity, Dana by charity, Yoga by doing all the yogics, Astanga yoga, right? Samadhi by trance, right? Yeah. Okay, and then etc. So what about all these? Like traditional good work, tapasa, sacrifices, charity. Is that by doing that can one get bhakti? Are these activities spiritual or are they material? So here in this verse, Krishna is telling Brahmaji, he's saying yes, all these activities, whether it's like doing some charity or penance or sacrifice or some yoga or some samadhi, all these activities will be successful only when what? Pumsa mat pritis, when they are actually done with an intention to satisfy the Lord. So, like all these activities, unless they are connected to the Lord, like we may do some good work, but we read in Bhagavatam about kings doing different, like Raja Rishis, like the saintly kings, doing different kinds of yajna, like Bharat Maharaj we read, Prithu Maharaj we read. When they are doing the yajna, what is their main goal? Are they doing the yajna to get some material benefit? No. Their whole goal is, yes, we are doing yajna for the pleasure of the Lord. So, within they always have the intention, like even when we are doing our sadhana, we are chanting the rounds, we are doing seva at the temple, we need to cultivate that intention that everything I'm doing to please Krishna. Doing to please Krishna. Like recently we have been discussing about Prithu Maharaj, how he did, like he was going to do 100 horse sacrifices, but at 99 there was this whole episode with Indra. And then he said, 99, okay, I'm one short of 100, but if Brahmaji says I have to stop at 99, I'll stop at 99. Why was he able to stop at 99 and not do the 100? Because his main focus was, what will please the Lord? How can I serve in such a way that I'm actually, in my mind, I'm thinking, what will please the Lord? I'm doing this to give satisfaction to the Lord. So all these activities, right, all these activities will be successful. So the word Nishreya means Shreya, we talk of two, right? Shreyas and Prayas. Shreyas is a long-term benefit, right? Ultimate benefit. Prayas is short-term. Nishreya means the ultimate long-term benefit for all of us, Pumsam, for all of us, is when all these activities are done with an intention to please Krishna. Right? So Prabhupada in the purport talks about like how Arjun, initially he did not want to fight, right? But then later on, he fought. Why? Because he said, this is what Krishna wants. My fighting is being an instrument of Krishna's desire, and my doing this will give pleasure to Krishna. Therefore, I'm going to fight. So this Prabhupada says is a secret of success of a devotee. That everything he does, he wants to do it for giving pleasure to the Lord. If the Lord is satisfied by an action, whatever it may be, it is successful. Otherwise, it is simply Shrama eva hi kevalam. It's just like, useless labor. If you're doing all the charity, you're doing like big charity work. But if you're not connecting that to Krishna, then what is the use? You will get some material piety, but that's so temporary. You get material piety, maybe you're promoted Swargalok, but how long? Again, you have to come back to the earth. Again, you'll be back to square one. What is the use of all this? So, unless they are connected to the Lord, right? Otherwise, it will be simply a waste of time. Right? Okay, I'll stop here. So I hope that's okay. So this is how Garbhodaksha Vishnu has replied to Brahmaji. He's saying like, I've already empowered you, right? And you continue. What vision you should develop that will always protect you from illusion. And your power to meditate, your power to pray, that is also all my causeless mercy, right? And then today's verse that everything you do, always connect it to Krishna. Do it for the satisfaction of the Lord. Then all perfection will be there. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Anyone? Yes, Deepshika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Alex.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class. Prabhuji, just on the last point regarding the charity, right? So, doesn't like if you do charity, doesn't that add up to your Sukriti, or it is just on the material level?
Yeah. So actually, Sukriti also, there are like 3 different types of Sukritis. So one is the Sukriti, which is actually just material, like piety, material piety, right? So if you're doing charity, what are we getting? We are getting Sukriti, but just the material Sukriti. And that material piety will, if you get a lot of that, then, at the time of death, you'll be like, okay, you did so much piety, okay, higher planetary system, you can go there.
Hmm.
But that has nothing to do with devotion. Like we see Indra. To attain that position of Indra, he certainly has done so much piety. But even though in the position of Indra, we see that he is still overcome with lust. He still has, greed. He still has other things. So basically, that means that this material piety, like charity, it does not really purify our heart. It does not really bring us closer to Krishna. Yes, we are getting piety. So one way it is good, but it's not spiritual. It's not leading us to bhakti. What Sukriti that we are really interested in is called Bhaktya Unmukha Sukriti. So those activities which somehow or other is actually giving us credits to progress in bhakti. Just like an example, Prabhupada was traveling all around the world. A pure devotee is traveling all around the world, and even if like someone Prabhupada was on a flight and someone just helped Prabhupada get onto flight or carried his bag, because unknowingly they served the pure Vaishnava, they have got Bhakti Unmukha Sukriti. I mean, there is a beautiful story in this one. Okay, I'll tell a very short version of this story. It's so beautiful. Maybe sometime we'll get a longer that how Prabhupada was on a flight and he was eating this puff rice, right? Puff rice. So
The Mumra, yeah.
in Mumbai, yeah. So he was eating that, devotees had packed, and he was eating, and then the attendant in the flight, she just came and she saw, he says, wow, what is this? And from Prabhupada's plate, she just actually took, and then put it in her mouth. So imagine she got the Mahaprasad, like the Mahaprasad of a pure devotee. And that was the only interaction she had with Prabhupada. And then later on, this is like maybe a few decades later, the devotees were actually distributing books. And they went to this one house in some faraway place, and they knocked on the door. And as soon as they opened the door, this is not Indian, this is, I think, South American, I forget where. But, so they open the door, and immediately they open, and they see like Krishna photos on the wall. It's like out of nowhere in like you wouldn't expect like in a village or a small town, where a person has like Krishna's photos. And then they go and they ask like, oh, how come like you have Krishna's photos? Bhagavad Gita we see. And she said the only interaction she had was she got that Mahaprasad from Prabhupada. And she said, after that, somehow I knew my spiritual life has started. And then she started reading Bhagavad Gita, she started chanting. Even though she did not have any devotee association, she continued on the path of her bhakti. Imagine that. This is the power of potency of pure devotee. So the point is like, all these activities, unless they are connected with a devotee, in one way they are just material, So, it's okay.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
So even, charity, like we are not denying, that we shouldn't feed the poor, but feed them Krishna Prasad. That's the whole point. Like we can think of ways that how we can help others by giving them Krishna. That's the main point. Like, like in India, like even here, you travel, sometimes you stop the traffic light and you have people coming and begging. I mean, imagine if you always have some Mahaprasad fruits or some Mahaprasad cookies in the car and you give them. I mean, imagine their whole life. They must be doing so much sinful activity, eating meat and drinking, but just that one thing that they get one bite of Krishna Prasadam. That one thing can save them. Their bhakti is, at least they are accumulating some bhakta unmukha sukriti because they are getting Krishna. So we have to think that yes, charity is not bad, but we want to bring Krishna in every act of charity. And that's the whole point of this verse, that everything we do, we want to do it for the satisfaction of Krishna. Oh yes, by giving this person Mahaprasad, then Krishna will certainly be pleased with this act. So in that way.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Got it.
Okay, so thank you so much. So stop here. Shri Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyo Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you all so much for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Prabhuji.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing such a wonderful story. It's amazing to see without having any devotee association. Having that much of inspiration is not so possible, but this mother was doing a wonderful thing.
And that's why that verse, love matra sadhu sange sarva siddhyo. This is the proof. We have seen live proof of that verse. Yes, thank you, bro.
Yes, Prabhuji. Very, very nice story, Prabhuji. So inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.